Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's a Tuesday night. It is January 30th, and I have with me this evening an amazing young gentleman who is killing it in Cincinnati. And you're also down in Kentucky. Are you not in Nashville, Tennessee area too, Josh?
We do have a company in Nashville as well, yes.
That's what I thought. But first of all, before I introduce this wonderful guy, I want to thank all of my sponsors that you saw in the scroll down below. And every week, you guys are amazing. For those of you listening, thank you. For those of you watching, thank you even more. And I am just so pleased with all the wonderful positive responses we get to this show every week, because we try to do something, a different personality every week. And the gentlemen and ladies that the Godfather here thinks it is going to make our future in the entertainment business bright. And this is one of the bright lights. This gentleman, he is in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's also in Cincinnati, Ohio area, and all over everywhere. My friends, please welcome Mr. Josh Staley.
Hey, thanks for having me, Big Daddy. It's an honor to be here.
It's my pleasure, my friend. So basically, we're just going to chat for a little bit.
Do it.
I want you to tell everybody who you are, and just introduce yourself right now before we get into the meat and bones.
Yeah. So my name is Josh Staley. I am from Columbus, Ohio, though we do a lot of work in Cincinnati, Ohio, but we love all the C's: Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati. And then I own Turn Up Nashville, which is a brand that I started with one of our former DJs in Nashville, Tennessee, obviously. And it's really taken off. It's awesome. And then I have a beautiful wife, Michelle, and two beautiful children, Aslan, who's 3, and Aria, who is 9 months. And Aria is definitely me, Big Daddy. Like she never stops making noise and is very opinionated about things. And so I can just already tell she's going to be the one that's going to give me gray hair. If anyone's giving me gray hair, it's going to be her. So that's
Isn't that great? That's the best. That's the best
just,
feeling in the world.
Right. You just see the oncoming tidal wave and you're just like, oh man.
Yep. Here we go.
Right.
So my friend, how did you get started in this business? How'd you get started where you are?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to tell the longer version of the story because it's you, and I'm going to go for the whole thing. So, high school, right? I'm a musician, love, just starting to learn the guitar. I've been playing piano for a while. And a friend of mine was like, have you seen this computer program called Virtual DJ? And I was like, no. And at this point, we were like obsessed with like the Friday night, mixes from the club where everything sounded different, but it was like the songs we heard on the radio all week. And it was like, how do they make these sound different? Like it really messed with our heads and we couldn't figure it out. We didn't know about record pools. And so we started messing with Virtual DJ. And like, I mean, we had no idea what we were doing. We just thought we were cool putting it on little turntables on your computer. You know what I mean? So that kind of left that behind, went to college, studied music, and always kind of just like kept an eye on DJs. And I was like, oh, that's a thing. It's a thing. It's out there. But I'm a guitar player. That's what I do. So then fast forward to my wedding, I'm a gigging musician. I'm playing at churches quite a bit and then doing some studio stuff as well. And just not making a ton of money at it. But I was getting married. I was young. It didn't matter. Whatever. And so I got married. When my wife put me in charge of hiring a DJ, we had like no budget, when we got married. And so I went out and just started looking for people. And, there were the $500 people and there were the $5,000 people. And I didn't know the difference. So I just started talking to people and found a guy that seemed really legit and he was affordable. I was like, I got this. And so hired him for the wedding. Day of the wedding, this guy is late. He calls me 5 minutes before the ceremony starting and he goes, hey, bro, I'm not feeling good. I'm not going to make it. And I was like, well, can you send a backup? No, I don't got anybody. Can you drop your gear off? Because maybe I could do something with that. No, I can't do that. Well, dude, what are we going to do? Because our wedding starts in 5 minutes. And he goes, okay, listen, I'll be there. I'll be there. And so late to the wedding, late to the reception, he can't make an announcement on a microphone to save his life. Like just nonsensical phrases, confusing statements, like things that the crowd just kind of looked at him like, what does he want us to do? And so through that experience, I realized like how important a DJ actually is to an event like a wedding. And I told my friends who were getting married that next year, I said, I feel like I could do this better. Can I be your wedding DJ? Because I want to try this. I feel like I have the skill set to make this happen. Because I was the front man for the band, which I'm sure you've been many times, Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, I knew how to talk in front of people. I knew how to get a crowd going. And I'm like, and I can play Spotify just like the next guy. So let's do this, you know? And they were like, sure, free DJ sounds great. And I was like, well, I never said free, but we'll roll with it. So did their wedding, absolutely fell in love with doing it, celebrating with people on the best day of their life. And then started my company. First year, we did like 35 events. Now we do about 400 weddings a year, all focused on giving couples, you know, their dream wedding day. Not looking for cookie cutter, not looking for the YMCA on repeat. We're looking for epic wedding days that people won't stop talking about.
Awesome. What now? I know that you in Nashville. That's Tyler Hacker. Am I correct?
Yes. Yep.
Tyler's
that's my partner.
A great kid. Great kid. So you know you got it here, there, and everywhere. And I watch everything you do, which is absolutely amazing. I love all your setups and everything else, and your DJs, and just the look on your face when you yourself are performing.
Yeah,
tells it all. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Right back at you, man. You're an inspiration. Like doing it for this long. Like I don't think I'm gonna make it to still DJing when I'm your age. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
Well, thanks to walkers, wheelchairs, and everything else, I'm good. And roadies. But I was
gonna say you got a system, man. I'm jealous.
You know what? Back and forth real quick. I love this. Yeah. And I did a wedding Saturday in St. Pete, and they're all like, how does this guy still do this? Because you know why and how? Because my heart is full. Mm-hmm. And because we have made ourselves different, and that's what you have to do in order to succeed right now, because everybody can get the same equipment, everybody can get the same lights and all that stuff as we talk about every week.
Absolutely.
But it's all about what you do with your heart. But what drives you? What is your passion for what you do and as well as you do it? How is it? What makes you, what drives you?
What drives me? Excellence. And it's kind of a big concept. And then to say like that one word drives you is kind of a weird thing. Cause like everyone's like, could you be more specific? And the way I describe it is just, I can't do anything unless I'm doing it the best that I can do it. Now it's not the best that it's ever been done. It's the best that I can do it. I want to see how far I can push it. That's my goal. And so, a lot of couples ask me like, what sets you apart from other DJs? And my answer is always, we are not the DJs who show up and fulfill a need. We are not the DJs who come in and like fill the hole. Like we need a DJ, check. We're the DJs your guests are going to be talking about for 20 years. They're going to say, remember your wedding when that DJ, they're not going to remember my name, but they're going to say that DJ. Amen. And that's what we create. Those are the experiences we go for. And then with our corporate clients, we just want to do creative things. We want to come in and you know, make everybody look great to their bosses and just deliver an experience. Like I can't tell you how many times, and you've experienced this too, Big Daddy. Like they come to you and they say, listen, nobody's going to dance. Nobody's going to have, it's just going to be kind of an event. We just want you to be in the background. You know, nothing really big is going to happen. And then you're like, yeah. And then you get in there and like, you have them dancing all night long. You give them a time of their lives they didn't even expect. And they're just like, I didn't know this could happen. And you're like, yeah, great entertainers. This is what we do. Yep.
Challenge accepted, challenge taken. We got you, baby.
Right. What I hear is, so you're telling me the bar's about down here? And then, you know, we go from there. So absolutely. That's my mission. That's why I do this. And then the second part now that I'm transferring more to a CEO role in my company, which, you know, the big picture stuff, seeing where the industry's going, trying to get ahead of it, things like that. It's just developing the DJs that are with my company. And not only as DJs, not only as performers, but just as people and like pouring into their lives, their families, and trying to, you know, help them be the best that they can be both on and off the field.
I love that. You know what? A lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget you're a husband. Your wife is amazing. So I can hang with that woman for days and days and not.
She says hi, by the way.
My girl. And those two kids of yours. Oh shoot. I could have held that baby for months and months, and she would have not have moved.
She's a cutie.
Yes, she is. You know, the thing is, people forget we do have families.
Yeah.
And one of the things I now appreciate mine more than I ever have. You know, with the cancer and everything else. But my 6 grandkids are my why. My 2 sons. I could not be prouder of as dads and husbands and sons. And what you're trying to teach your people is how much better it could be. It's not just about the spinning of the music and the collecting a check at the end of the week or the end of an event. It's what you are, my friend. And you are a role model for as a CEO and as a person for not only your company, but everybody you come in contact with. They all want to know how you do what you do. And that's what the best part is. And, you know, we talked about what drives you and everything else. And I love it. And the family thing is nothing, and be better people, because look at what the world has turned into, babe. Look at what this world is right now. Everybody that right now, because we're going to be electing a new president, we're going to get divisive and this and that's going to start coming out. But you know what? We get to make people happy.
Yeah, and connect people.
And connect people. The wedding.
Right.
You know, we're doing something. It's a celebration of life where two people that are best friends are getting married and whatever else we're doing, corporate. And, you know, I'm sure that those people, you know, watching some of these corporations we have to deal with and everything else like that, to put a smile on their face and go over the top like what you said, that's what makes what we do so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, a quick story on that is we have a local hotel that we do a lot of weddings at, and they asked me to come in and do their holiday party. And again, it was that no one ever dances, you know, stuff.
Oh, love it.
I was like, challenge accepted. You know, we went over that, and seeing them out on the floor, and like before that, they were seated at tables, and it was like the cleaning staff at the hotel was at this table, the fitness people were at this table, the execs were at this table, the managers were at that table. Everybody was on the dance floor together. Like, you know, no class differences, no title differences, no manager employee relationship. Like, it was just everybody out there having a great time, and like uniting like that, seeing the team come together on the dance floor is cool.
No cliques, no anything. They're all one big happy family, if you will.
Right.
That's oh God, my heart's ticking right now. I want to go do a gig right now.
And then when HR has to shut down the party because it's getting too wild, you're just like, that's the cherry on top.
We win.
Yeah.
We win.
Yeah.
So we've gotten to the beginning nuts and bolts. So for the people out there, every time we do this and do whatever, and you come to a seminar or you go to a convention, and, you know, as I talk about every time, and that's going to be one of the subjects when I speak at MEX, when I close at MEX, what did you learn while you were here, other than drinking and gambling?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Most DJs don't have to be taught that. They just kind of know. It's like instinctive. Yeah.
I know. It's amazing. What 3 lessons or takeaways, nuggets, if you will, can you share that they can go and implement within the next 10 days?
Yeah. Let's start with a big one. First one is, if you're running a multi-op, you don't have to be the best DJ. And when we feel that pressure, and I was there, this was me 6 months ago. I was like, I have to be the guy. I have to be the best DJ by far. Like, no one can even challenge that throne. Like, I'm sitting on it and no one's taking it. And then I kind of had a wake up call in November, and I realized I was kind of being an asshole, and I was holding some guys back because I was worried about my ego and my legacy and my reputation. And what I needed to get out of my own way with is, like, when I empower my team, when I help grow my team, when I build up those around me, I also get built up, and I don't need to be the best. I just need to be the best that I can be. And Vince, one of my guys, needs to be the best that he can be, and I'm going to help him be the best that he can be. And, you know, we there's this like competition. It's like what is it? Like, when there's a famine, it's like famine mindset. Like, there's not enough jobs to go around. There's not enough people at the top. There's only a few spots. I have to have it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Run your company. Do your best. Become the best DJ that you can be. Become the best CEO that you can be, and let the rest fall where it may. So that'd be takeaway number 1. And just let that pride go. Like, pride just destroys so many things. and it can destroy families. It can destroy businesses. It can help you lose employees. Let that pride go. It's not worth it. Second takeaway, very practical one, is pricing. One of the things that I'm really big on is discovering price graveyards. And what price graveyards are is really that number. So like if we're at $99, right, for something, say we're charging $99 for Big Daddy's headphones because he's worn them, they're valuable. If we price those, take them from 99 to 130, well, now say all the other celebrity DJ headphones are priced at 99, 89, 79, somewhere in there. If we move to 130, we're in a pricing graveyard because we haven't set ourselves apart enough from the pricing of the competition. And so we're still being compared to that competition. So if you're in a market and you're like, I have a really valuable DJ service, I'm better than everybody else here, they're all charging $999, and you're like, I'm going to charge $13.99. You're in a price graveyard because now you're being still compared to those $999 DJs. You need to move up to $19.99 or at least above the next five. So you need to move to $15.99, $16.99 because now you're not being compared with those lower companies. You're in your own price bracket. And now couples are seeing you and anybody else that's up there with you. Now that's your competition. And so, and the other part of that is when you move up there and that other company chooses to stay at $999, they're not your competition anymore. Forget about them. They don't exist. Like you do you up at that $19.99 because you're offering a whole different service than they do. Just make sure you differentiate your offering well enough. So that's two.
I love both of them. That's it's right on the money. Right on the money.
Yeah, and I started to discover that when I just being in DJ idea sharing and some of the other stuff in my own experience. Anytime somebody just moved over that next hump but didn't go up high enough, they're like, my bookings dropped. What do I do? And it's just like, you're just in a price graveyard. There's nothing wrong with you. Your price isn't high enough, or you should bring it back down where it was. One of the two.
Right.
Yeah. And then I think the third nugget will kind of take off that is don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. I mean, I started off as a $300 DJ playing Spotify using seismic audio speakers. Shout out to DJ Woopig. And I'm now a DJ that charges $5,000 and uses 21-inch subs and a DOS audio line array. So, I mean,
ooh,
it's beautiful too.
It sure is, baby.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to do this I'm probably going to be out on the road for another 5 years. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to bring some subs that I want to listen to every night. So that's where that came in. Shout out to DOS Audio for making me my Stormtrooper subwoofers. And yeah, don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. I hear so many DJs who have self-limiting beliefs saying, oh, that would never work in my market. They literally go to a conference, see a brilliant idea that would totally work in their market. And the first thing they do to get themselves out of actually trying it is go, that won't work in my market.
That'll never work in my market. Right. Oh my gosh.
If I hear that one more time, I want to start slapping guys upside the head every time I hear that. Just wrong.
You and I are in the same thinking. I am so tired of hearing, some of the things that I do, my circles around the tables, whatever else. Oh, that would never go in my market. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they told me it wouldn't go in St. Pete. And guess what happened in St. Pete? Things that they told me would never work.
Right.
And Josh, when you and I get that together, we're going to play rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. We win.
Yep.
Because it's right spot
paper, scissors, throat punch.
Yeah. It's so much better than rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. I win. But the thing is, and you're spot on. Each one of those nuggets, spot on, because with everything we're able to do now, the social medias that's wonderful. But what are you doing at your event? And every one of the three things that you talked about, people are afraid to take what's going to separate you from Josh Staley. Not to take you're not going to take away any business from Josh, but you're going to get more work that you didn't get before because you're different. Mm-hmm. What's going to separate you from the next guy? And it doesn't have to be that much. 1%, whatever it is. What do you do differently than the next guy? And again, we talk about it ad nauseum. Your only competition is you.
Yeah.
Your only competition is you. And it's funny. And my brother, we could talk like this for hours on end. put you, me, Jonathan, Torin Langford, all of our friends. Right?
Oh, love those guys.
We could podcast for hours about this kind of stuff.
Because we took the risk. We did it. And here we are. We made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here. We're on the other side going, you can make it. Try. Get in the boat.
The thing is for me, and real quick, I was told back in the day, I started doing private events in 1993. I was told I was too big and not good looking enough to do bar mitzvahs.
That's what they told me.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I've done over 600 bar mitzvahs and 2,500 weddings. Personally.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I'm nothing. All I am is the guy that, and just like you just want to crush everything and make sure, and they're going to talk about that DJ for the rest of their life and their married life. That's what's going to happen. And that's all you can do right now, because again, we all can get the same equipment. We can't get the same basements you have, though, my brother. I sat on one of them bad boys. I could sit in that for days. But
it's fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, they must be fun to move too. But
I get reviews that say Josh does such a good job. He walks out in the crowd. Little do they know I'm walking out in the crowd to hear the subs.
So, my friend, we gotta cut this down.
Yes, let's do it.
How do these folks get a hold of you? Because I want everybody to know who you are and get a hold of you.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. I'm most active there. I have a TikTok that's launched, and but my Instagram is DJ_Josh Staley, Staley, not Stanley. Don't call me Stanley. It's offensive.
Question.
Yes.
Are you doing podcasts or anything like that too?
So no one knows about this yet. I'll reveal it on your show. This is the first time anyone's heard about it, but Midwest DJs Live is about to launch a podcast, and I am one of the hosts of that show. So You're going to be seeing that popping in the news feed. It's gonna be awesome. The guest lineup is insane. Also, if you don't know about Midwest DJs Live, you need to be there. It's a fantastic conference. I don't know if I'm allowed to plug that here, but you should definitely check it out. The lineup this year is fire. I'm over the nightlife. So if you want to hear some dope sound systems and you want to see some amazing LED special visual effects, this year is the year to come. It's going to blow you away.
And I will find out by tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday. I'm hoping to be the closer again.
You are a fantastic closer.
That's all I want to do. That's all and my friends out there, Midwest DJs Live is amazing. They are so wonderful out there. It's just one of those conferences that you want to be a part of, and we'll go, the next one I'm involved with is MEX, a mobile entertainer out in Vegas. I wish you were going to be there, but you're not, but you'll be there in my heart. And then we got one in Chicago coming up, in June, at the end of June. Wherever you can go, whatever you can do, be a part of a see a podcast, however you guys can learn, watch out for this guy. Watch out for this man next to me here. Josh, I thank you so very, very much for everything.
It was an honor.
Mine. And let me tell you, you give those two beautiful kids a hug and that wonderful wife of yours a hug from me and everybody else. My guest next week. Oh, I gotta remember this one. Oh, yes. Josh, you know the Ragozas, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got the Ragozas.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Let's go. They are fantastic.
Week, they are. And you know what? Again, everybody watching and listening, you should watch. This show isn't about me. It's about everybody but me. And with guests like this and family members like Mr. Staley and the rest of his folks, be watching. Watch those. Go on Instagram. Watch what this man does. And Tyler down in Nashville, I've got friends out there. I'm more than happy to help with that. But my friends out there, enjoy the week. Next week we have the Ragozas and Josh Staley once again. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys.
My pleasure. Thank you, Big Daddy.
Got a bit.